Thank you. Dankeschön. Wow, I understood none of that. And also from the previous performance, I did understand marijuana rauchen. That one I got. It's amazing how drugs can help you learn languages. The other day, my roommate came into my room and they were like, HP, I've been learning Russian. I go, oh, yeah? What words did you learn? They went, ketamin. God, what was I gonna say? Thank you so much, Kay, for all of the commercial. I heard you talking about the mailing list, about the website. I do Pangea, like Kay mentioned. I also, like I mentioned, transatlantic. So my mother is from Donetsk, which is a part of Ukraine that has been experiencing, shall we say, excitement since 2014. My mother decided many years ago that she didn't like being a woman in Ukraine, so she left. And then my father decided, around the same time, that he didn't like being a Jew in Moscow, so he left. It turns out that, anyway, lots of leaving, and this transatlantic experience, and languages, and feeling out of place, the immigrant experience. You always feel like a stranger, blah blah blah, this, that, and the other. Anyway, I've got another drag show. It's called Job Center. Yeah, it's even funnier if you speak Russian. With a P like Pranslauer, not a B like Berg. Anyway, if you've got any friends from that part of the world who speak that language, even if they're, not really big fans of the government, I'm not either. It's okay. Send them over. We'd love to have them. So as I mentioned, I'm from a Rocky Horror background. It's even more explicit now, even wearing my old. Yeah. Which character am I dressed as? And no. Frankenfurter wears a red corset during this act. Yeah. I'll give you a hint. It's Little Nell. Thank you. One person in the back, right? So this brings me to my story. My story is I wish I was so talented as to play the piano. That really was so beautiful. But of course, like many drag artists, I take other people's music and I pretend to. And as I said, I started with Rocky Horror Picture Show many years ago when I was, about the same height, just a little skinnier. Anyway, less marijuana rauchen back then. Although I went the first time, there was like a cloud of smoke between me and the screen. I was like, far out, man. But anyway, I did Rocky Horror. I was really into it, and there was these amazing performers there, these very charismatic. And Jesse Merlin, who's he's an opera performer. He was in Reanimator, the musical recently, which is called Splash Zone, very exciting. And this amazing drag queen, Dolly Levi, who's like she was in her 60s, or now is like in her 60s. Back then she was in her 50s. The joke on the cast was, I can't kick my leg as high as a 50-year-old man, because she would just. Very impressive. And just like stick it up there. Anyway, so I was surrounded by these beautiful, amazing, talented performers. I was so starstruck, so impressed. And I wanted to get into drag. I wanted to get into lip sync. So I said, all right, I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to pick a song. I'm going to do the lip sync. So I picked a song by Tom Lehrer. Has anyone heard of Tom Lehrer? No. Yes, one person. Yeah. Tom Lehrer was a mathematician. In the States, he wrote some funny songs. He went on tour, and then he went, ooh, fuck that. Because he makes better choices than I do. But he wrote a couple of funny songs. He was also the inventor of the Jell-O shot, it turns out. He gives us great pearls of wisdom, much like a more modern Oscar Wilde. He said, one of my favorite quotes from him, he said, it is a humbling fact to know that by the time Mozart was my age, he had been dead for 2 years. So this is a man I draw a lot of inspiration from, in short. Anyway, so I picked my song. It was a Tom Lehrer song. I learned all of the words. I knew all the words. But I did the lip sync, and then after the performance, I went to these amazing performers. How did I do? And they went, well, Good job. You knew your words. Very important. I said, you got to know your audience. If it's these drunk 15-year-olds, they don't know who Gilbert and Sullivan are. They've never heard of Cole Porter. Like, these references are a bit too. You got to narrow it down. You've got to, or not narrow it down. You've got to broaden it. You've got to be more accessible. And thank you so much for your feedback. Named myself after an obscure science fiction author. And here I am making jokes that one person in the back laughs at. So without further ado, here's the next song. How I ache for the touch of your lips, dear, but much more for the touch of your whips, dear. You can raise welts like nobody else as we dance to the masochism tango. Let our love be a flame, not an ember. Say it's me that you want to dismember. Blacken my eye and set fire to my tie as we dance to the masochism tango. At your command, before you here I stand. My heart is in my hands. Ugh. It's here that I must be. My heart entreats. Just hear those savage beats and go put on your cleats and come and trample me. Your heart is hard as stone or mahogany. That's why I'm in such exquisite agony. My soul is on fire. It's aflame with desire, which is why I perspire when we tango. You caught my nose in your left castanet slow. I can feel the pain yet slow. Every time I hear drums, and I envy the rose which you held in your teeth, love, with the thorns underneath, love, sticking into your gums. Your eyes cast a spell that bewitches. The last time I needed 20 stitches to sew up the gash that you made with your lash as we dance to the masochism tango. Bash in my brain and make me scream with pain and kick me once again and say we'll never part. I know too well I'm underneath your spell, so darling, if you smell something burning, it's my heart. Right over there. Take your cigarette from its holder and burn your initials in my shoulder. Fracture my spine and swear that you're mine as we dance to the masochism tango. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed that kind of nonsense, if you enjoy my brand of nonsense, please, hploveshaft.com. I would love to see you there. Also, happy Pride. Please remember, I don't know the history of gay rights in Germany here exactly, but I know that your parade is called Christopher Street Day, so I'm assuming that they're at least a little bit connected to gay rights in the States. And those gay rights were won by transsexual sex workers, prostitutes, throwing bricks at cops. So, happy Pride. Throw a brick at a cop. Give some money to a brown trans person and support a local sex worker. Thank you so much.